And we're live.
Good morning and welcome to the Pete Braley Show. I'm Pete Braley along with my son Matt.
That's me.
Welcome in. Happy Monday and welcome to show number 18. We hope you had a nice weekend. What do we have down here by the coast? We had kind of an iffy weekend. You know, it was
Pretty overcast weekend.
Yeah, it was one of those days where it was overcast until I think yesterday the sun came out around 6 at night.
Well, see, here's the thing. I was in a mall until 6:15, so I'm going by. Well, I walked outside at 6 o'clock, and it was sunny. So to me, the sun came out at 6 o'clock.
I remember a friend came over, and we were sitting in the backyard. It was not a beach day. It was not a beach day because the wind was blowing like 20 miles an hour, and it was overcast. And we were sitting outside with a friend, and I think the sun came out around 3. You know, that's when the fog finally lifted.
Yeah.
And I used to have a saying that if it doesn't lift by noon, it ain't gonna. But yesterday it lifted around 3. So we are at the beginning of another heat wave here for Massachusetts, except this is why we bought this place, right along the south coast.
Ah.
So, yeah, it's
But
like...
Trish did let us put the AC in downstairs.
Yes.
Typically, that's a battle. That's quite the battle that we have. But
She's a fresh air Freddy, and I think, I don't know, when that downstairs AC goes in, she almost, it's like she's admitting defeat.
yeah.
You know?
Well, she knows because she tries to hold out. She says, "Oh, we're fine. But once Charlie gets too hot, it's all about the dog in this house. Once Charlie gets too hot, then she'll put the AC in.
And then she accuses me of blaming the dog when it's really me that wants the AC. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
This is a yearly thing, people.
Yeah.
Every single year for the past 107 years that they've been married, this has happened.
And it's gotten worse because I'm home more since the disability.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I used to go to work for 8 hours a day, and I'd be in air conditioning.
And also, last year when you were in Virginia, I'm trying to think if we even put the AC in downstairs.
Oh, really?
We probably ended up doing it at some point. But again, probably for Baxter at the time. It was probably for him and not for me or Trish.
I don't know if you heard Charlie. He's at my feet today.
We do have Charlie, yeah.
Because Trish is working.
Yep.
She's doing riding the boo-boo bus.
Yeah.
Is what Dana calls it. So
Yep.
Charlie's now currently under one camera, so if your view changes suddenly, you'll know why. So, oh, hi. Can I get him on camera? Or
You can see the top of his head.
Hello, my
There's
friend.
Charlie. Wait, let me see if... Yeah, there you can kind of see him.
I can't pet
He's
you for the
chilling.
entire show, though.
Yeah.
And now time for Pete petting the puppy.
I don't think people want to watch that for an hour.
First up, some housekeeping this morning. We'd like to take care of some email and comments and items in the news. First, we want to congratulate everyone who swam this weekend at the Swim Buzzards Bay event. 50 swimmers swam from the Old Davies Locker to Fort Phoenix in the Outer Harbor to show their support for a clean and healthy Buzzards Bay. This was the 28th annual swim. The event raised $122,251 and counting. So congratulations to everybody who made that swim. And to all the volunteers, too, because there are a lot of people out there in, I think, kayaks and different things to make sure that you're safe. Comments we noticed on the YouTube channel. Justin commented, and you've got a beef about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin commented, I guess we were talking about burritos, and he said a place called Cali Rito's Burritos. Am I saying that right? Cali Rito's Burritos in the south end of New Bedford. Best burritos I've ever had. Will blow Chipotle out of the water.
A couple things.
Okay.
First off, I want to say how proud of you I am that you finally pronounced Chipotle correctly. This has been a long-running thing.
I've been trying.
He's been
working on it.
adding an extra syllable in Chipotle and making it Chipotle.
Yeah,
which
I used to call it Chipotle.
it does sound better. It's funny.
You like that?
It's more interesting, but
Okay.
it's incorrect. But the beef I have with Justin's my...
Charlie,
come on, man. Justin's my best friend, and he knows I'm obsessed with burritos, and this is the first I'm hearing about it in a YouTube comment. We talk like every day, and I've never heard of this place. So that's my beef. I don't know if he's watching now, but I'm going to send him this clip later.
All right. And Katrina said, catching up on missed podcasts, I wanted to say I'd been terrified of roller coasters. This year, I braved up and enjoyed Rock and Roller Coaster and the Tower of Terror. Love your podcast.
I don't think I'll ever do Tower of Terror.
No.
Free falling does not sound fun to me.
Yeah.
But I think I'd be cool with roller coasters now. I haven't.
Would you?
It's been like over 10 years since I've ridden a roller coaster. So I would hope that I've grown up slightly.
Yeah. I do better with coasters, and I think I told you, the old wooden ones, for some reason, you'd think I'd be afraid of those.
The sketchy
They'd be
ones,
rickety, yeah, but maybe it's because in my head they don't go as fast as the new ones.
Maybe
That's why. But
plus, you don't do like the upside down stuff. You said you don't like that,
right?
Yeah.
And I'm with you. Tower of Terror, I just can't.
I'm not into free falls.
No.
No thanks.
By the way, we'd love to hear from you this morning, either in the chat or if you're watching later in the day, you can use the comment feature on YouTube.
Yeah, Gail said, "Yay, happy Monday," and Dana said, "Morning, gents. Vertical coffee and on the Boo Boo bus. Sooner or later, meeting up with Ma Braley."
Oh yeah, she's up there.
Tell Trish we said hi because you'll probably talk to her more than we will today. She's normally busy on Mondays.
Yeah, she is. Maybe T-shirts, vertical and taking coffee.
Maybe.
I think I love that phrase.
We need to get Dana on
vertical and taking coffee.
We need to get Dana on the creative team over here to make some T-shirts.
By the way, if you have not, we would ask you to subscribe on the YouTube channel and also maybe throw us a like if you like the show. I mean,
we're almost at 100, so get everybody you know.
If you don't like the show, maybe you can just give us a like because Charlie's cute.
Yeah.
Something. Coming up today on the show, strange laws in Massachusetts. You asked me to find out why we have Christmas in July, so I did.
Nice.
How important is that first date meal? I didn't realize it was a thing, but I guess the first date meal. And what do you do with the heel of the bread? Do you call it the heel of the bread? And also, I guess, in answer to Matt's question, I don't know why I have such an issue with it. I just do.
Yeah, we have quite the conflict going on right now.
Yeah. So that's what we have coming up for you this morning. And whatever else you'd like to chat about, tell us about your weekend if you had any great things that happened this weekend. Today is National Insurance Awareness Day. Now, who do you think invented that?
Getting sick of these days, man.
It is to encourage us to check our policies and make sure we have proper coverage.
That's just annoying.
Of course, started by the insurance
Nobody
industry.
likes insurance, so why should we have a day about it?
Now, would that be right
garbage.
up there? You know, accountant, insurance salesman? Would that be like a 1-2 or?
Well, I don't know. I've never really
a 1A and
had
a 1B.
Any sort of thought of being in insurance. I'm just saying insurance in general is just garbage. And just
well, it's not garbage when you need it.
But has anybody had like an easy experience with any insurance company? Let me know.
That's a good question.
But I don't think like has anybody just 100% of the time been pleased with their insurance company?
Okay.
Because from what I've observed from people I know, no, it's always just a mess.
Right.
It's always
insurance.
It's always a fight. You got to call a million different people, and you never get what you want. So
good point.
I'm just saying, insurance is trash.
It's also National Alaska Day, and there's no real reason for it except that the website I go to for all this is called National Day Calendar, and at one time they decided there was going to be a day for every state.
I mean,
so this is National.
I don't
Alaska
hate that.
Day.
I guess that one kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Is it? Do you have a bucket list at your age?
I don't know. I haven't really like sat down and like thought about it.
Because I was just going to say it's on my bucket list to see Alaska, and then I thought, does he even have a bucket list? You're too young, I think, to be thinking about that.
I don't know. A bucket list is pretty morbid. I just have a list of things I want to do.
Yeah,
I guess.
Which is kind of the same thing without the morbidity.
Much.
Yeah,
without the expiration date.
On the date book, 2 issues. It was on this day in 1820. The tomato is proven to be non-poisonous by Colonel Robert Gibbon. He ate a tomato on the steps of the courthouse in Salem, New Jersey, to prove people thought they were poisonous.
They're still poisonous to me.
Up until you don't like tomatoes.
I hate tomatoes. Yeah.
And the saxophone was patented by Adolph Sax on this day in 1846.
I used to be a big sax guy.
That's right. You had what? Did you? What was the name of it? Was
the
it
alto,
like a tenor?
the alto saxophone.
Yeah.
I did play the tenor saxophone for a while.
Yeah.
But there was just those two. I've always wanted a soprano saxophone, a little Kenny G action.
Yes. Yeah.
I need to buy one.
Do you think if you picked one up today, you would remember how to play it?
It would take me a second to get back into it. I think I remember like I remember like the basics, like the notes and stuff, and how to play the notes. I would need to get back like in the rhythm and stuff.
This is the same guy who taught himself how to play guitar. And
I mean, yes and no.
If you haven't heard him play guitar, he does pretty well.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I know how to play chords, but like in the grand scheme of things, that's not super advanced.
Yeah, but you write your own music, and it's like you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but it's not. I can't play like guitar solos and stuff. You're not gonna see me John Mayering it out over here.
Just one celebrity birthday to mention this morning, and that is Elon Musk. Is he your hero or whatever?
No, I have a love-hate relationship with Elon Musk.
Do you really?
I'm super fascinated with his like engineer side and like intelligence side, but he has some very controversial things that he's done. So I can't really full on say I love him, but I love aspects of him.
Elon Musk is 49 today. All right, shall we get to the news?
We do have real quick.
Oh yeah.
Gary said, "Funny that you guys are saying that, as my girlfriend Emily works in insurance and is working from home right next to me." Well, I hope she doesn't take that as an insult.
No. And you don't mean the insult to the accountants either.
No.
Nathan,
It's just the general concept of insurance, I feel, is made more complex than it has to be. Would Emily agree with me?
Yeah, would she?
I mean, she would be a good person to ask. Are there ever like easy insurance situations? She's the one that's dealing with all these things. You know, are any of them easy, or is it always a process? You know,
we're talking about when you put in a claim. You know, when you go to use the insurance, is it easy?
Yeah.
Or
plus, does she work in health insurance or auto insurance? I feel like auto is a little bit easier than health. Health insurance is just no matter what you have to go to the doctors for or whatever, it's going to be a project.
Right.
But I don't know. This could just be our experiences. But
my
anyways,
my current issue with insurance is the fact that I need what do they call it? I need a referral to go outside of
the network,
my primary whatever.
Yeah,
and they want 5 days notice for that referral. 5 business days. Well, you know, with the body that I have, things happen. You know?
Yeah.
And I can't always give you 5 days notice, you know, but no, they demand that there's 5 days notice.
But also they like charge us like multiple times. One time they charged Trish for like they charged Trish twice for like my eye doctor's appointment. Like just random stuff that you feel like shouldn't happen. Like it shouldn't be this complicated, but it is.
Yeah.
Gary says auto. She says it's easy when people are honest and upfront.
Oh,
When people lie, it gets messy. Yeah, for sure. But I feel like auto is probably better than health insurance. I haven't had too many auto insurance experiences.
Thank God.
But I had one recently where someone else hit my car when it was parked in the mall parking lot.
Right.
And I will say that was an easy situation because surprisingly, I left work, and slight tangent here. I left work and I was driving home. Didn't notice anything. I was driving home on the highway, and in my mirror, I saw a little piece of paper like wedged into my mirror. So I like rolled down the window on the highway, grabbed the note, put the window up, got home, and I read the note. It was like, "Hey, I hit you." And I was like, "You hit me? I'm driving my car, and nothing's wrong with my car." I got home, and there was a pretty big dent on the side. But,
oh, wow.
But luckily, he left his note. He was a super nice guy.
And luckily, that note didn't blow away.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, he put it in a great spot. Props to this dude. I don't know. I mean, I hope he hasn't gotten in a lot of accidents, but it kind of seems like it. He's experienced in the note-leaving action. But yeah, so...
But I can see what she means about when people are being honest, because I heard a story recently about someone claiming, "Oh, you hit me," and then as they investigated it, they found no paint chips, no proof, you know, and when they questioned the guy about it, he was like, oh, maybe it wasn't you.
Yeah.
Come on. All right,
Too
the
many
news.
liars. Anyways.
On this Monday morning, it is, June 28th, as we head for the 4th of July weekend already. In the news this morning, rescue workers digging feverishly for a 5th day Monday stress that they could still find survivors in the rubble of a collapsed Florida condo building, a hope that family members clung to, even though no one has been pulled out since the first day that the structure fell. The death toll rose by 4 people Sunday to a total of 9 confirmed dead. More than 150 people are still missing in Surfside, Florida. Massachusetts health officials on Sunday reported the lowest single-day count of new coronavirus cases since last March at the start of the pandemic, as infections, hospitalizations, and deaths continue to plummet during the vaccine rollout. The Bay State reported 31 new virus cases on Sunday, breaking the previous low of 33 cases, which had happened twice in the last 2 weeks. Massachusetts officials are upping pay and offering bonuses in a bid to attract more lifeguards to the state's beaches. The new incentive announced Friday comes amid a shortage of lifeguards in the state and across the country. Pay for lifeguards is going up from $17 to $20 an hour. Head lifeguards will start making $21 an hour, up from $18. Lifeguards who remain on the job for the entire season can earn a $500 bonus.
I feel like being a lifeguard would be a fun job until I would have to save somebody.
Be a fun job until you have to work.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, see, the thing is, like, I can swim, but I don't think I'm a good enough swimmer to, like, carry somebody.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And and then you have to worry about the person panicking and their arms are filling. Yeah. They might knock you down.
Trish was a lifeguard for a long time.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
A temporary no-swim order has been issued on Race Point Beach in Provincetown following a great white shark sighting late Saturday morning. The shark, who, by the way, is named James, was detected on a receiver in Chatham last week by the Atlantic White Shark Conservancy. James was originally tagged in 2014 and has returned to the Cape every year since. He comes back for the summer. At least 3 other great whites have been spotted off Cape Cod in the past week, according to the Sharktivity app. 2 were seen off Monomoy Island and the other off Provincetown. Well, the Red Sox swept the Yankees again. Sports coming up in just a few minutes, but a story about the pandemic turning a number of Americans into hoarders. 2 out of 3 people surveyed admit that they are desperate to find places in their homes to fit the stuff they purchased during the pandemic. Yeah, Amazon did go kind of crazy during the pandemic, didn't it?
Yeah.
Many have spent more money than usual on items like kitchen and cooking utensils, home decor, and personal care products over the last year. 63% have so much junk in their homes that they have a difficult time finding where to store it. More than a third had no interest in home organization before the pandemic, but now 63% of the respondents said they want to be tidier. I don't know, Jude.
It doesn't surprise. Those categories make a lot of sense of like kitchen stuff and personal care product. But I mean, to get to the point where you're now hoarding, I think you went a little too hard.
I know. Huh?
That's kind of crazy. I don't know.
And all those empty Amazon boxes.
I'm trying to think. Did anyone here buy a lot of Amazon stuff?
Well, I was with your sister in Virginia Beach, and you know how much she loves Amazon.
She has an Amazon problem.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
She does.
She's on a first-name basis with the Amazon guy, you know.
That's really sad.
But she sees the truck in the neighborhood, and she gets all excited. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it does have a smile on the side.
That's true. It is a very friendly truck.
It makes her happy, but, not good for the wallet is all I'm saying.
What used to bother me was the fact that when they, and do they all do this? When they delivered their package, they would either knock on the door or they would ring the doorbell once and then leave.
No, they almost never do that.
Really?
Which is fine by me, except that actually during the pandemic, I did buy a laptop. I bought this laptop, actually. And I did order it from Amazon, and it said that they were I would need to sign for it, which I would hope. It's a very expensive laptop.
Wouldn't just leave it on your doorstep.
So I mean, luckily I was at the house and I was watching out the window because I was excited to get the laptop. Mm-hmm. And the guy came, left the laptop on the porch, left, and that was it. Never knocked, never rang the doorbell.
Did he fling it?
Didn't ask for my signature. And I'm like, okay, well, thank God I'm home because, that's thousands of dollars just sitting on the porch.
See, the thing that got me about the tap on the door or the doorbell was that I was with at that time, 8-month-old?
Yeah.
So I had my grandson, Liam, and more often than not, I would have him asleep on my chest. There'd be some music playing. He's asleep on my chest. All of a sudden, ding, ding, and then they have a beagle who just would go crazy, So it's like any time an Amazon package came, could guarantee the nap would be interrupted.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And then the rest of the day is screwed up from that point.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. All right, sports on this Monday morning. It was a pretty good weekend at Fenway Park. Dustin Pedroia's ceremony Friday night. Yeah, you saw some of that.
Yeah.
We watched that together. Dustin Pedroia's ceremony Friday night, then a win Friday, a win Saturday, and a 9-2 win Sunday to complete the sweep. With the win, the Red Sox swept their rivals in a 3-game series for the second time in a span of 3 weeks.
6-0 against the Yankees.
Isn't that nice? Tampa Bay lost to the Angels yesterday, so the Red Sox are up by half a game, and they lead the American League East this morning. Those two teams are going to go back and forth all year, I think. The Kansas City Royals come to town for 4 games starting tonight. NBA, Milwaukee beat Atlanta 113-102 to take a 2-1 lead in that series. And the Stanley Cup Finals begin tonight. Finally, almost the 4th of July, and hockey is ending. The Stanley Cup Finals will be between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Montreal Canadiens.
Not the Bruins.
No, not the Bruins. Polly Pocket gets her own live-action movie. We'll get to that next. Friday was National Leon Day, and that was Noel spelled backwards. It is always observed when there are 6 months until Christmas. And someone asked, was it in the chat, or did you ask, why do we have Christmas in July?
I don't remember. I don't want to steal credit if it was in the chat, but I do kind of feel like I said it.
Yeah.
But I say a lot of things, so I have no idea.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Someone, so Matt said, there's your homework. All right, well, I did my homework, and I did not wait until the last minute either and cram at 10 last night. According to legend, Christmas in July began as a celebration at a summer camp in 1933. Keystone Camp in Brevard, North Carolina, is that how you pronounce it? Decided to dedicate 2 days, July 24th and 25th, to the holiday, complete with cotton fake snow, decked out tree, a gift exchange, and of course Santa. So it was just an activity at a summer camp.
Yeah.
It first hit pop culture in 1940 when there is a movie called Christmas in July that hit theaters in 1940. And by the 1950s, retailers had hit on the concept, and now Christmas in July was a big sales promotion. Christmas in July. By the way, I saw a tweet yesterday that had Christmas pictures. It had pictures of not a downtown, but like a main street in a town. And the tweet said, "Look at this, Christmas in June in downtown Norwood, Massachusetts. A Hallmark-esque Christmas movie is being filmed in Norwood right now." And it includes scenes of Norwood Town Common, all decorated for Christmas. And the movie is called About Fate. It'll star Emma Roberts and Tim Mann, and it'll be out sometime late 2022.
See, that just stinks for the actors because they have to be all bundled up like it's Christmas time, and it's literally, we're about to get a heat wave. So
that could be fun. Yeah, we're talking about 3 days in the 90s.
But that's theater.
Yes.
Well, technically not theater. That's film, I guess, for you.
And
Abby did say it was in the chat, so I apologize.
Okay.
I remember it. I remember talking about it. So,
see, welcome to the world of talk shows where you talk for. At one time, I did a 5-hour talk show every day. And I would get home, and your mom would say, "So what's new?" And I had just talked for 5 hours, and I go, "Yeah, I don't know."
Well, it's funny because we finish up the show, and I always change the title from just the Pete Braley Show number 18 to I try and put like what the show's about in the beginning. So we sit here and we're like, "What did we talk about?"
That's the first thing we do.
This is a conversation every day, every single day. I'm like,
"So what do you do?"
Well, what did we talk about? And it takes us a second. We don't remember. We just talked about it, and we don't remember what we talked about. Yeah,
crazy.
We do have a couple more chats here. Gary said, "We went on vacation in November. They told me they would have someone sign for the PS5 that I got delivered. They left it right at the front door and drove away. Luckily, a friend grabbed it, but dang.
Man.
That's what I'm saying. That's valuable. A PS5 is probably more valuable than anything right now.
Is that one of those?
Because nobody can get their hands on it.
Yeah.
I cannot get my hands on a PS5 to save my life. So, yeah, that's messed up. If you're an Amazon driver, you got to pay attention.
And don't you you have to request that, right? That you
Amazon, I don't
it?
know. I think so.
Yeah.
They tell you, though. Like, if it's an expensive item, like, they tell you.
Of course you should, yeah.
But, like, I ordered some, like, music equipment, and they gave me the option to ask. And I checked it off. So we'll see. We'll see whenever it comes in. I said to ask me to sign it, so we'll see.
In fact, yesterday, I kind of thought it was coming yesterday. For some reason, I don't know.
No, because I told Mom that it might, because there was like an estimated delivery day, but then it changed.
At one time yesterday, Mom was like, "Do you want to take Charlie for a walk?" And I said, "Doesn't one of us have to be here? Because what happens if no one's here for a signature?"
I think it goes back to the. Well, actually, I don't know because I don't know who it's coming by, but typically, like if it's the post office, doesn't it go back to the post office and they try again the next day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And eventually you may have to go get it.
Yeah.
All right, entertainment news for today. 2 stories for you. And the first is Lily Collins. Lily Collins is set to play Polly Pocket in a live-action movie from Lena Dunham. Now, if you're not sure who Lily Collins is, we did find a picture of her. Lily Collins, as I looked at her list of accomplishments, one of the ones you might recognize the best, she was the sister in Blindside.
Oh.
Right? So she was, remember the movie where the football player moves in with the
Michael
family?
Orr, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And she was the sister in that. So she's done a number of things also. And she is also the daughter of singer-drummer Phil Collins and Jill Tableman, who is from Los Angeles. The film about the popular toy, Polly Pocket, will center on a young girl and a pocket-sized woman who form a friendship.
Interesting concept.
I'll give it a try. I'll try. Dunham's...
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't think the movie was written for you.
True.
So that may be why you're a little skeptical.
True.
I don't think it was made for 60-year-old men.
True. I could say the same thing about Coco Melon, about how you hate Coco Melon. It's not written for you.
But I can, yeah, I guess. You know what? I'm not even going to try and fight it.
Lena Dunham's production company, Good Thing Going, will produce the movie with Mattel and MGM. Funny Polly Pocket story. I was working at a radio station. I think I was at WMYS at the time, because I can picture the small conference room we used to have. And I can remember going into this conference room as a member of management for a weekly managers meeting. And I went in, and we had to wear shirts and ties every day to that job.
Aren't you glad that our dress code is more relaxed?
I am. And baseball caps are allowed.
Yeah.
But I can remember going into this meeting and putting my hand in my pocket, and lo and behold, what was in my pocket but little Polly Pocket characters, you know? Dads everywhere, I think, can relate to going into meetings in your business suit, put your hand in your pocket, and you go, Legos?
Did you see if anyone else wanted to play Polly Pockets with you?
No, it was kind of an important meeting, so yeah. Back to the news here. The Kelly Clarkson Show was named Best Entertainment Talk Show at the Daytime Emmy Awards on Friday. Clarkson also scored the prize for Best Entertainment Talk Host. Jeopardy won the Best Game Show, and the Best Game Show Host Award went to the late Alex Trebek.
It's funny with the Kelly Clarkson Show because, like, Jimmy Fallon will do, like, covers of songs, like, jokingly.
Right.
Kelly Clarkson does covers of songs and, like, just absolutely kills it because it's Kelly Clarkson.
Right.
And so I just think it's so funny that, like, if they ever don't have an idea, they can just be like, Kelly, can you sing... What's Driver's License is the biggest song. Can you sing Driver's License real quick? Thank you. And it like blows it away, like an amazing performance of it. And because it's Kelly Clarkson.
Or
but
if
she's
the guest
just
cancels,
she's just the talk show host. Yeah. It's funny.
Now, is she going to replace Ellen?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
She's moving into the Ellen stations?
It was Kelly Clarkson, Miley Cyrus, and somebody else that was up for the slot. But I'm pretty sure Kelly Clarkson got it.
Miley Cyrus doing a talk show. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Well, she did like an Instagram live talk show type thing during the pandemic, and I guess that was a big hit.
Cool.
So, yeah.
All right, so we're off and running on a Monday morning, and how was your weekend? I saw this video this weekend. Do you have the video of the...
Yeah, I'll play it while you're talking.
Driving on the water. It's a car you can drive on the water. 3 inventors in Europe have so far made 12 of these. After posting a video, they got several orders, so they're going to be busy. It takes 3 weeks to produce one of these. Now, to me, as I looked at this video, it's like a jet ski with a different
shell,
yeah,
right? Pretty much.
That's
what it looks like. That's what it seems like.
Yeah. The price, anywhere between $11,000 and $45,000 for one of these.
I mean, $11,000 to me. I mean, I'm not saying I would buy one. I'm not saying I have this money to buy one.
Right.
But that seems like a pretty good price for something like this. That's very custom built.
So there's quite a range. So I don't know if it has extras or whatever. And I guess they interviewed the inventor, and he has developed a way where it can go on land too. Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
Now, as you look at it, you're like, how could this go on land? But maybe it's a different...
It would basically be just a nice duck boat.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So if you have $11,000 or $45,000, can you imagine when that's just
if you just have it laying around, if you're Jeff Bezos and we keep giving you money, then you can buy a jet ski car.
And then there's like me trying to explain a purchase like that to your mom. Hey, I bought this fun thing.
It's like
she'd love the car. She'd have fun with that.
That's just like how last night, because you need some new ear pads for your headphones there.
Little pads here.
And it's just funny because last night you were like, "Oh, these are like $25," and I'm like, "Oh, you should probably run that by Mom." And now we're talking about you buying a car jet ski
for $45,000.
I think she would have a problem with that. I think you would need to talk to her.
All right, so I can order the ear pillows.
Real quick, Dana said, in theory, Amazon requests a signature depending on price of the item. Yeah, that's like because my laptop obviously was expensive, and it said on it that they were going to ask, and they never asked.
Yeah, but it's
I was a little insulted,
though, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
And Abby said, "Ooh, witty banter, witty banter." That's what our life is.
Nathan commented on the video that you posted last night. Witty banter.
Yeah,
and that's spelled BANTAH, right?
Yeah, I should have put I should have put that in the caption. Yeah. But yeah, that's our life is witty banter.
Pretty much. Back and
Pretty
forth.
much.
Yeah. Let's see. How did we get on? We were talking about the fact that there's a warning label on Pop-Tarts last Friday.
Yep.
And Matt said there must be a reason that's on there. Someone must have tried to toast the
Someone
Pop-Tart.
had to blow up their house doing it.
Yeah.
In order for it to be on the package.
And that reminded me about a feature we used to do on the radio show about strange laws in Massachusetts that are still on the books. So when we finished Friday, I did a little research to see, what still might be on the books and what laws are we talking about. So you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. In the state of Massachusetts, it is illegal to take a lion to the movies.
Wait, why? Why do they have to stand in the way of love?
Now, I remind you, there must have been a reason for someone to create this law, right?
It was probably Joe Exotic, right? I mean, let's be honest. It was probably him, the Tiger King himself.
We haven't heard from him, have we?
He's still in jail, I think.
Yeah. At a wake, mourners may eat no more than 3 sandwiches.
I'm trying to think of a reason why. Did someone eat 4 sandwiches and vomit at someone's wake, and that's a problem? It's stuff like that where sometimes you can trace a lion to the movies. Clearly, someone did it and it went wrong. Okay, someone
wrong.
Yeah, someone probably died because of a lion at the movies, and that one makes. I mean, it shouldn't have to be a law.
Right.
Don't bring. I mean, you shouldn't even bring a dog to the movies, let alone a lion. But I don't get the food thing.
Unless somebody was hoarding all the sandwiches.
I guess.
Yeah.
But did they press charges on that person? I don't know.
Might have been.
It's an interesting one.
I looked into that whole concept once, because I like that. Why do you have to have a gathering after the funeral? And it goes back to the olden days when travel wasn't easy. Mm-hmm. So say if someone came to your house or came to the church for the funeral, you would want them to have a hearty meal before they began their voyage back.
I was thinking it was everyone's sad and depressed, and what you want to do when you're sad and depressed is eat a lot of food.
Well,
so you guys can all just stress eat and get fat together.
That's probably what it has come into, but that was the reason. Yeah. All right, back to the strange laws in Massachusetts. No gorillas are allowed in the back seat of cars. Says nothing about the front seat.
That's true. See, I do like the loopholes in these laws. I don't know. That's strange, especially because, with children, they're not allowed in the front seat until an age. So for some reason, it's safer for gorillas to be in the front seat than the back seat.
In Massachusetts, goatees are illegal unless you obtain and pay for a license to wear your goatee in public.
I had a goatee for a while. You did also.
And we never asked permission.
See, but that's one where, how is that still a law? I mean, look at all the people that walk around with goatees.
True. And would you like to be the cop that enforces that law?
I know. I kind of want to see someone do it, though, just so we can... Because if someone gets arrested for having a goatee, then we can have the conversation of why is this still a law.
Right. It is...
All right, I tell you what. I'll get a goatee, somebody arrest me, and we will take care of this.
All right.
All right.
It is illegal in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts to scare a pigeon. I've shooed them away over the years, so I guess I'm guilty.
Yeah, I mean, they say nothing about robins, so I'm in the clear.
No. You still have that government robin spying on you?
There was one at the arrest stop on the way down. I was like, they're following me. I left.
They're keeping tabs.
Yeah,
they're keeping tabs.
I don't know what I did. I'm not that interesting of a person. I promise.
If you have not watched the previous episodes, there is a robin that is almost constantly outside his window.
Yeah. Wherever I am in the house, he's right outside staring at me.
And this robin has gone south for the winter and come back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the second year now.
So he thinks it's a government robin that is spying on him.
Yeah. So do have a couple chats here. Dana said, it was me. I brought my line to the movies.
Knew it.
There it is.
I knew it. Someone had to.
Abby said, is that why kids are not allowed in the front seat because the gorilla is up there? Dana says sounds about right, Abby. Yeah.
She has a very good point.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Gail says, my gorilla often blocks my side view mirrors when in the front seat. Yeah. See, this is a very flawed law, I will say. If anything, I feel like it would be, or, maybe it's because you can't see out the rear view mirror if they're in the back seat.
That could be.
But they should just clarify in the car at all. You probably shouldn't have a gorilla. Yeah.
What else do we have here? Oh, in the state of Massachusetts, roosters may not go into bakeries.
That's just messed up.
Again, there obviously was a need for this law to be made.
Everyone likes cannolis, but roosters just can't get
Roosters can't have cannolis. No. You may not detonate a nuclear device in the city of Marlborough, Massachusetts.
Okay. So just take it outside.
If you go to the next town over.
Yeah. That's all right.
I guess
I see no problem.
And the final one, which obviously makes total sense to me. I'm curious on Dana's intake on this one. Tomatoes may not be used in the production of clam chowder.
I am a little biased because I hate tomatoes. So I'm going to say that's a great law.
And besides that Manhattan clam chowder is a tomato soup base. It doesn't. Yeah,
that's a thing.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
That's another battle between New York and Boston. Is our chowder's better?
But who thinks of chowder and they think tomato soup? Like, no,
you do if you're in Man. Now,
I don't think so.
The reason
okay, this is a project of mine. We need to go to Manhattan and interview people, and when I say chowder, ask them what they think. I guarantee it's still our chowder.
I don't know.
I'm 100% biased on this because I live here.
So we're going to New York now?
I guess.
Okay.
Do you have any plans for the rest of the day?
No, actually, I was just going to chill out today.
All right, we're going to New York.
I was going to chill out, and I was going to watch a little Netflix and just have a lazy day.
This guy.
So what? So
we gotta go to New York.
So the reason I asked about Dana's a chef, so Dana knows food. So what is your take on New England clam chowder versus Manhattan chowder? And yes, I say chowder. I don't say chowder because I
think if you're saying chowder, like you're intentionally doing that.
We caught your mother with a couple of real New England accent things this weekend. I forget what it was.
She's a big idea person.
Yeah, she puts R's where they don't. Well,
I am too.
Typical New England. You put R's where they don't belong.
I think I got that from her. I also accidentally say idea sometimes.
Idea.
Like I have an idea.
I have an idea.
Yeah, which that one really bothers me because it makes no sense.
Right.
Dana says no, and no. Any chowder does not have tomatoes in it.
Right.
Gag.
Right.
There we go. Chowder is our chowder. That's it.
But Manhattan chowder is a thing.
No. So I refuse to admit that. That is just tomato soup.
Love to hear from you in the chats this morning, or also you can shoot us comments if you're watching this later in the day. As we mentioned, I guess Katrina likes to check out the podcast. All of these shows are posted in podcast form after we do them in all of your podcast places, all right? Wherever you go for your podcast.
And if you listen to the podcast, be sure to leave us a review. And you can rate it with stars and say how much you love us and how attractive the producer is. But, whatever you want to say. It's your words. Just saying.
And by the way, if you like it and do all this kind of stuff, it kind of helps us in the algorithm game or whatever. So, never really realized this was a thing, but I read over the weekend about how pizza and burgers are the safest first date meals. I never realized there was so much thought put into a first date meal.
I guess it would depend on the people.
Half of Americans believe a first date should always involve a meal. A study finds 40% look for someone who is passionate about cuisine as a potential partner. 38% admit that they're put off by fussy eaters. And 43% are so into food, they say being a good cook is a turn-on when it comes to finding a partner. The research also reveals the most popular ways of involving food on a date include dining out, which comes in number 1, getting takeout, which is number 2, going to food festivals is tied at number 2. When it comes to the safest date night meals, Americans' first choice is pizza, second choice is burgers, and third choice is salad.
Interesting.
Now,
I would not picture pizza and burgers as a first date meal.
No?
Well, because I feel like you're trying to impress, so I feel like it's kind of a lower budget meal. I mean, I'm down for it.
Right.
Actually, you were saying how they want food for the first date. See, my thing is, if I'm in like a new situation, sometimes I don't like to eat. Like I'm not hungry. So for me, like a cup of coffee, I feel like that would be a good first date. But I mean, clearly I'm still single, so clearly I don't listen to me. You know, I'm definitely not the person to turn to here.
Now, when I read this, I'm like, well, what do you mean it's a safe first date meal? And then I started to think of, well, it's not messy. You know, it's not like spaghetti.
See, but a
spaghetti
burger, though, I would say yes. It's
messy.
Well, it's not messy per se, but I mean, you're eating it with your hands. Maybe I'm just like a sloppy eater, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Burritos would be a terrible first meal.
Oh yeah.
You would see the entire ugly side of people if burritos were, especially how this
last night.
I mean, I'm not
gonna
not gonna call him a dumbass, but however he eats burritos is the wrong way.
We had burritos last night.
Yeah.
And because as a family, we have taken on a mission to reproduce a Chipotle burrito.
I think it's because Chipotle has taken so much of our money in the past year that we want to stop doing that.
So Sarah started first by finding a recipe for the corn
salsa.
Corn salsa.
Yeah.
And then you researched Chipotle's chicken. So
did you guys hear it? Chipotle.
I did it again.
I don't know if that's the stroke talking, but that's my favorite thing is Chipotle. It's very.
I remember you.
It's
telling
very
me,
melodic.
Dad,
It's very like rhythmic.
Dad,
Chipotle.
2 syllables.
Chipotle. Three syllables.
3 syllables.
Chipotle.
Not 4 syllables.
Yeah, I love it though. Chipotle.
Yeah. So we tried this last night, and we're getting close. We're getting closer than we've been.
I think we got the chicken. I think the chicken.
We got the chicken down.
I think we got the. Well, I say we. I think Trish got the chicken down. Props to Trish.
Yep.
I think she got the chicken down.
So anyway, I am horrible at folding a burrito. Yeah. I just can't do it.
And I'm not nice. I don't help. He turns to me for help, and I'm already eating my burrito. So
I looked at him last night, and I'm like, so did I do sides first or bottom? And he's like already eating. He's like,
well, just think about how stupid that sounds. Sides or bottom first? Obviously, it's bottom first. Why would you do the sides and then the bottom? Everything would fall out the bottom.
That's probably where I'm making my mistake.
Yeah. So he had this mosh pit of like. I don't even know. He was literally holding it like this,
and I couldn't put it down.
He was leaning over the plate. And it was ugly. It was really ugly.
I couldn't put it down.
The tortilla broke.
To take a sip of water or anything. Yeah.
So I don't help the cause because I just watch him suffer because it's just I've tried too many times with him and Trish. They both don't know how to fold burritos. So me and Kat were just enjoying our burritos and watching them struggle.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I can help with entertainment.
There you go. Yeah. I forgot Charlie was here. He was
sleeping
sleeping this entire time.
Yeah. He really wants to go out and run around the house, I think.
Yeah.
He's over at the door now. On the getting back to first date dishes. All right, so burritos are out. We got that.
That's where that came from.
All right, the dishes people are most likely to avoid on their first date all seem to come from the ocean, believe it or not. They include oysters, mussels, and sushi. Desserts, such as chocolate brownies and apple pies, are generally risk-free in the eyes of daters.
See, I feel like seafood's some risky business, though, because you get some bad seafood, that's going to be a terrible, terrible first date.
I know a lot of people like sushi, but I guess that's not a good first date.
I think I've had sushi twice. I think I liked it, but I don't really remember. Yeah. Plus, no one up here really likes sushi. No, Sarah's the one that likes
Sarah
sushi.
Does, yeah. 41% of people have judged a date by the food they ordered when dining out. Come on. You judge your date by what they order?
Yeah, see, this, I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm single, because people are
Maybe.
stupid.
Yeah.
If anyone judged me on like what I ordered, I would probably never talk to you again.
45% form their opinions based on how a date eats. Now, I can see that if he or she is a messy eater.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I just feel like the way I'm eating on a first date is probably not how I'm eating on a regular basis. So you're probably not going to, I don't know. You're more aware of yourself.
Right.
But when you're more aware of yourself, the more stupid you look. So don't judge me on the first date. All I'm saying.
For those,
I'm an awkward person. I'm going to be awkward. That's all I'm saying.
For those who chew loudly and eat messily, respondents say don't expect a second date.
See, I kind of agree with that because, like I just said, you're more aware on the first date. So if you're still eating really messy, then you just don't care. You're just a slob.
And
unless it's burritos, you can't eat that.
This one I don't get. 41% of Americans confess that they would judge a date if they asked for a doggy bag to take home any leftovers. Why? Why is that a bad thing?
To me, that's a very frugal and financially responsible thing to do because you're now bringing home lunch for the next day.
That's it. Yeah, it's probably lunch for tomorrow.
This is why I hate people. Gail says folding burritos just like swaddling a baby. That's probably why I don't feel like I was loved as a child.
Oh, really?
Because I've seen you fold a burrito.
So you think I
there's
can't
no way
swallow
I was,
a baby?
There's no way I was swaddled correctly.
Great. Here we go.
From the burrito. Next time we have burritos, I'm taking a video so we can show these people. I was definitely...
It is humorous.
Yeah. It's disturbing. Abby says, I can't stand loud chewers. Abby said, I hate people. See...
Abby says what?
She says she hates people.
Oh, okay.
I say I hate people frequently. I like... I like real people. If you're a real homie, then I love you with all my being.
No,
but if you're fake in any way...
Okay. I was going to say, what makes a real homie?
A real person is someone that just like, I don't know, just embraces any flaws that they have and the flaws in the world and just like runs with it.
Doesn't pretend.
I pick on myself more than I love myself. Well, we're not trying to get deep here. Yeah. I mean, like to other people, like I'm totally upfront about every flaw that I have. And so there's no secrets. Okay. You know everything about me. If one of you walk up to me in public and you walk away and you're like, wow, that kid's really awkward. You're not going to say that because I've already said millions of times I'm a really awkward person. So if I'm really awkward in public, you're probably going to walk away and be like, he was right. He was right. He told the truth. Or you're going to walk away and say, he's not as awkward as I thought. And then... Look at me.
Oh, I see. So if you establish it up front, you've got nowhere to go but up.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's why just be up front about all... I'm trying to think of other flaws that we've addressed on the show.
What are my flaws?
The way you and me interact. Like if people saw us in public and they didn't know that we have this witty banter, they'd probably be like, wow, he's really disrespectful.
Yeah.
But I'm up front. I'm like, hey, I call my mom by the name Trish, but it's all out of love. It's not a disrespect. So if anyone's like, did he just call his mom Trish? They'll be like, it's because he loves her.
So much.
Yeah. Don't go that far.
All right. Well, I've got to get to the heel of the bread here before the end of the show.
Yes.
So, I meant to bring one in to show. I mean,
I think everyone knows.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. It's the end piece.
It's either the first slice or the last slice, or whatever. So, do you call it the heel? Catherine told me she calls it the butt. She calls it the butt of the bread. So, do you eat the heel of the bread? I always go past it.
I do as well.
Yeah. I should probably throw it away, but
we used
when
to
I
give it
open
to
the bread...
Well, we used to give it to the dogs,
right?
But Charlie isn't really, like, we don't want to give him people food.
We haven't given him people food.
He's still a puppy.
Yeah. And there are other times when I used to break it up and feed it to the birds, but...
I would never give it to these birds outside the house.
No?
These robotic... satanic spy birds. I would never.
Yeah. This all came about because yesterday Priscilla made me a sandwich, and let me first of all say thank you for the sandwich. It was nice of her to make me a sandwich, and maybe I should not complain or anything because she was nice enough to make me a sandwich. Well, when I went to the table for my lunch, I kind of stopped because I looked at the plate and there was a piece of bread. And then I think I had egg salad.
Disgusting.
Which you hate.
Keep going.
We had egg salad, some lettuce, and then the heel of the bread was on top. Now, I will say your mother, and she admitted this, she mentioned this later, she said she she could have put the heel upside down.
So that you wouldn't have known until you bit into the sandwich.
Maybe I wouldn't have known it, But she did put, and we asked her, why did you do that? And she said, well, there were only 2 slices left. There was 1 slice of bread and the heel.
Yeah.
So that's what she used.
In my opinion, you're both at fault here. Trish is at fault because you shouldn't give somebody the heel of the bread without saying hey, is this okay?
Yeah.
Because nobody likes that. I'm sorry, but nobody likes that on top of their sandwich. But you kind of need your sandwich preferences to be known. You guys have been dating for 105 years.
We've been dating for 39 years, going on 40.
You've been dating for when are you guys getting married?
No.
When are you getting hitched?
Yeah. When are you gonna make her?
We've been dating for 35 years. Anyways, you need to make your preferences. Trish knows exactly how I like my sandwiches. She'll say that I'm very critical, but I never run into the problem anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
She would never give me the heel of the bread.
We often talk about how living with Matt is like living with Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory.
And you know what? Sheldon was awesome.
Yep.
So
he had his spot, and you have your way of liking your
I do have my
sandwiches,
spots everywhere.
Is this an issue with anyone else, or is it just me that I don't eat the heel? I don't want the heel of the bread. I understand why it's there. I mean, something has to be at the ends. But Kat told me that her fiance eats the heel of the bread, but only like
just as bread.
Yeah, not as part of a sandwich.
Yeah.
So
Dana says use the heel for breadcrumbs. Keep them in a Ziploc bag in the freezer and buzz them in the food processor. We don't have a food processor.
No,
we should get one.
That's a good idea. Make your own breadcrumbs.
Yeah, Abby said heels are good for homemade croutons.
Yep. Okay.
Dana said good call, Abby. Let's see.
So no one eats it. No one seems to
well, they
put it
eat
on,
it in different
but
different
they don't
forms.
Put it in a sandwich.
Not on a sandwich.
No.
Abby says I've flipped the heel and tricked the kids before. You do what you have to.
Oh, that's true. You do what you have
That's
to.
true. Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's your kids, Trish and Pete know not to mess with me. But if it's any other kids, feel free. But they know better than that.
Oh yeah, we know better.
Gail said my mama, my sisters, and I always love the heel of the bread. It's like dessert.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, the heel of the bread is just gross. Even though it's just bread, it's just kind of gross to me.
It doesn't taste the same.
It's just all crust, and crust is. I
right.
mean, I'm grown up. Okay, I eat the crust on my sandwiches. I don't cut the crust off my sandwiches. But to have an entire sandwich that's crust, that's too much.
Yeah.
That's way too much.
Maybe that's why I don't like it. Because
maybe if you just get a potato, Dana, tell me if this is technically correct. Can you get a potato peeler and just peel off the crust of the heel of the bread? That doesn't seem logical.
I don't think that
I don't think
work.
that's true.
No, I don't think that
we're just going to
work.
delete the last 10 seconds because that was probably the dumbest idea I've ever had. And last, Gary says nobody likes the heel of the bread because everyone touches it. That's a good point.
Oh, that's a good point.
I didn't
Because
think of that.
everybody goes by it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So-
Which we probably should because we're in a house where no one likes the heel. So we should probably just throw it away in the beginning.
Yeah.
I just hate throwing away good food.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why giving it to the dogs, I was like, at least I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dana said Italians use the heel as a soup thickener. How does that work?
A thickener. I get that might be kind of cool to dip the heel of the bread in your soup
I
and
could do
then
that.
eat it that way. That I could do.
Dana said nope, that won't work. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you throw out. I probably throw out a million ideas a day.
That's right.
You know what? 99% of them are just idiotic. But that
Didn't,
1%, like this show was an idea I had.
Yeah.
And it's not terrible. So
No?
yeah,
Not yet.
I think it's pretty good.
Wasn't that Michael Jordan who said he had so many missed shots
Yeah,
before he made all those great shots?
that's what it is.
So, yeah.
Abby says, I think that would work, Matt. Right? The logic. I mean, thinking about it just very
What about peeling
quickly.
it off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, I was just picturing decrusting the heel of the bread, and I pictured a potato peeler.
There you go.
But you know what? That was a bad idea. Anyways, moving on. I'm going to try it anyways. If
It's
we have the
amazing how
if we
your
have the
mind
heel
works.
of bread, I'm going to get a potato peeler and try it.
Finally, a couple of stories this morning from our People page here. A story about a woman who she says she feels devastated after her coworker that she hadn't seen in years added her to a Facebook group. It was a weight loss group without even speaking to her.
Damn.
Now, the woman said she received a notification that she was added to the group. Can you imagine that? Log on to Facebook and say, ping, you've been added to the weight loss group. Now, she admits that her body had changed significantly since welcoming 2 daughters, but she's proud of her look.
Yeah, no, that's messed up.
And I've seen her picture. She looks very nice. She said, straight away I felt upset and hurt. Then I felt anger and defiance. My body gave me 2 babies in a year, so how dare this woman decide that I needed to join a weight loss group without even speaking to me?
Yeah, that's messed up. I will say, the only thing I will say, and I'm not defending this at all because that's terrible, but the only thing I will say, and I know this because when I created the Pete Braley Show page, you have this option to invite everyone. So you can invite everyone on your friends list.
Okay.
So that's the only reason where, like, maybe she didn't intentionally say, like, hey, you need this.
Oh.
Maybe she, but I don't know. Probably not. I feel like she would know if she invited all of her friends.
That would be upsetting.
That's messed up, though.
And for the second year in a row, 7-Eleven's free Slurpee Day will last the entire month of July. 7-Eleven usually gives away Slurpees on July 7th, or 7-Eleven. But when the pandemic hit last year, the convenience store chain decided to extend the giveaway for the entire month to avoid crowds and maintain social distancing. It's the same thing this July, and just like last year, customers have to be 7 Rewards loyalty members to get their free Slurpee.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. I do have to say, Abby said no. I said I don't think that would work. LOL. Don't. Okay, in my defense, there was a typo. She said don't let me into that logic. Listen. The logic isn't always there, but when the logic is there and it's a great idea, you're gonna want to be on the bandwagon.
You got to go with it.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you got to be with me through the bad ideas to get to the good ones. Okay, that's what it is. That's just the truth. But yeah, that's it for the chat.
What are the plans for the day today? What did you want to do? You said, you want to go to New York to get clam chowder.
Yeah, I don't know if I can fit that into my day.
I don't
know. That'd be a lot. I do want to go to New York though. I haven't been since I was like 8 or 10. It's been a long time.
Has it been that long?
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the Christmas trip we did?
Yeah, with Miss Mary Jane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Went down on the bus together.
Yep.
Those are cool days.
That was the last time.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
How's it? More of your music class today?
Yeah, I got to write another song.
Do you really?
Yeah.
So how many do you have to write during this whole?
3. This is my 3rd and final song.
Wow.
For the class, and then obviously there'll be more songs. But
and
not for the class. It's due tomorrow night.
I'm trying.
I gotta get cooking.
Trying to get him to do his song on the show. So
literally, it was my idea. So what are you trying to say? You're trying to get me.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. He's like I'm trying to convince him. I'm trying. You don't have to convince me. It's my idea.
Did you say the song is due tonight? Have you started?
Due tomorrow night.
Have you started?
Due tomorrow night. I have. Yeah, I got a basic vibe going on.
That's cool.
I need to think of like everything else. I'm actually the final song is about like collaboration. So I'm actually writing it with Justin, who we were talking about before.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So he's coming over tomorrow. We're gonna write the song.
He's coming over.
Yeah, I got to write it. Let's start it today. Though.
When was the last time because these guys talk every night, and they used to do a podcast together.
Yep. We got too busy, but we're hoping one day the podcast will come back, but it might be like 10 years
it called?
from now. Who knows? Matt and JD podcast.
The Matt and JD podcast.
Yeah.
And they used to do it like every Sunday night, right? You used to watch The Walking Dead and then do the show, right?
Maybe. I don't remember. It would kind of change whenever we were available, but yeah, sometimes it was a Sunday night.
But we have not seen Justin in I don't know how long because of the pandemic, of course. So
because he also his schedule is crazy busy. My schedule was crazy busy with school, and so basically the only time we could hang out would be like at night, and so we would just hop on PS4. That's why technology is amazing, folks.
Isn't it?
I haven't seen him in like over a year, but we talk every day. So
yeah, I was thinking about having a layback day. I might take little Charlie guy here for a walk. Because I go back in the walking boot on Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday, I have another PRP injection in my Achilles. I had
platelet something. I don't remember the name.
I had a partial tear in my Achilles tendon. So what they do is they draw blood out of my arm, then they spin off the white cells and spin off the red cells. They're left with plasma. So this is a plasma. No. Platelet-rich plasma.
There it is.
Something like that. That they then inject into the wound, and all I can say is it doesn't hurt.
There we go.
It stopped hurting.
And you still got half of it to go.
Yep. So we're going to try that. So, again, I'll be back in the walking boot for 2 weeks, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Real quick, Abby said, wasn't a typo. It was IDT, which that is an abbreviation I don't typically use so IDT I don't think. But I will say, if you want to come at me for typos, you said IDT think. So is that the abbreviation taking out the O in the end? Because if so, we got to talk about abbreviations because that one bothers me. That's not a good one.
So that's the thing. IDT is I don't think.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
But I don't know. I guess up in Vermont they got some different abbreviations up there that I'm not hip with.
I thought it was cool because I knew what IDK finally meant.
Yeah,
but
I guess I got to go up to Vermont and learn the slang. Dana says riding the boo boo bus, driving it like we stole it. Well, hopefully you didn't steal it.
Driving it like we stole it.
Dana said Matt needs to write a song titled "The Boo Boo Bus." I don't really
do that.
I don't really know how relatable. Well, I could, but it'd be like a joking song. I couldn't. You can't write a legitimate song that you're like picture the concert. Lights dim, spotlight on me.
Everybody's got.
I'm just like this one.
Everybody's got their.
This one goes out. This one goes out to the first responders out there. It's called Boo Boo Bus. Like the lights fade. No, that doesn't. It would be It would be like a comedy song, but I don't think I could write a legit song. Abby said, about to slave away in a hot kitchen for the day. It's going to be a hot one. Well, hydrate. Drink a lot of water.
Yep.
Abby says, shut it, Matt. I roll. Yes, get up here. All right. So I will get up there and learn the abbreviations. Or you know what? I'm going to go up there and teach abbreviations because I don't like that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody stay cool and try to find a way. I'm sure it's getting hot all over where people are listening to us.
Hydrate. Drink water.
Drink water.
Yes.
I never forget I used to check on my mom, and I used to say, "Are you drinking water?" "Well, I had coffee, and that's made with water." "Yeah, but Mom, the coffee, coffee's a diuretic."
You want to go there?
What?
You want to go there,
What?
Mr. 3 to 4 cups of coffee a day,
Mr. 2 cups a day.
When you were
Two,
sick, when
three.
you were sick, we were like, "Hey, you got to hydrate," and you were like, "Yeah, for sure." And I'd walk downstairs, and the cup that I filled up would be like 3/4 of the way filled up.
Well, I was sick. I didn't feel like
That's
hydrating.
when you're supposed to hydrate more.
Oh, okay.
Come on, this guy.
It's going to be another fun
Don't
day.
let him fool you.
All right.
He doesn't drink water.
We're going to leave you with our thought for the day today, which is, don't wait for things to get better. Life will always be complicated. Learn to be happy right now. Otherwise, you'll run out of time.
There we go.
All right. Again, subscribe if you haven't yet, and
Yes.
also like the YouTube page, and we'd love to hear any comments that you have. Otherwise, go out and make it a great day.
Yeah, peace.